Hello everyone. Today we are going to solve March 2026 paper 42. This is the most available updated exam. Hopefully it will be useful for you and a good revision before tomorrow's exam. Number one, before starting, I'd like to remind you, please read the question very well, show all your work. Please don't forget to round to 3 significant figures if you have non-exact value. And please use pi in calculator, the one what you have in calculator, or 3.142. Okay. And usually if you have middle steps, please don't round. Use the numbers in calculators, just round the final answer. And again, please look at the formula sheet so you can know where exactly you can find the formulas, which one where. And please take care again that this formulas, for example, this one, curved surface area. So still you need to find the other surfaces, not only the curved surface area. The first question about symmetry and rotational symmetry. So shade one small square so that the diagram has one line of symmetry. If you look at this one, then you'll find that the only suitable answer for this question to have one line of symmetry if you take a diagonal line. In this case, you will find that the reflection of this square will be this one, and this one will be there, and this part will be here, but this one needs another one to be there. Okay, so you have to shade this one. Next one, 1b, we need to shade again one small square, but this time to have a rational symmetry of order 2. Order 2, it means that if you rotate the shape 360, it will be the same 2 times. In different words, it will be similar if you rotated 180. So if you rotate it 180, it will be the same. In this case, if you look, you'll find that this one is here and this one is there. Okay, you'll discover that this one needs another one here. So if you rotated 180, it could be the same. Next one, simplify. You need to collect the like terms. Let's first collect A. So 7A minus 5A, so it's 2A. And then we have 3B minus 6B, it's minus 3B. Then please write your answer in the provided space. Show your work, please, as more as you can. Okay. Next one, it's substitution. You have A equals to 3B, so 3 times B. Okay. Oh, actually here they said find B. Okay. So let's read the question very well. A, this one is 5.4 equals to 3B minus 2C. C is 1.2. So 5.4 equals to 3B minus, here is 2.4. Okay, let's make it closer. Okay, now you can add for both sides 2.4. So in this case, 3B equals to 7.8. Then B equals to 7.8 if you divide both sides by 3. Okay, this calculator paper, so please use your calculator carefully. So the answer is 2.6. Then write the final answer there. Okay, next question, question 4. Here we are talking about ingredients, and they said to make 20 ginger biscuits. So you have those ingredients. How about 48? So to read the question very well, that this one, if you want to make 20 biscuits, okay, here the sugar what you need is 75, the amount of sugar. How about 48? So 48 will give me x. Let's make cross multiply. So in this case, x equals to 75 times 48 divided by 20. Okay, 75 times 48 divided by 20. So the answer is 180. So 180 grams. Okay. Next one, Grish has 100 grams of ginger and a large amounts of other ingredients. Work out the greatest number of biscuits Grish can make. Okay, so now the only limited amount we have is for ginger, which is this one. Okay, but everything else we have big amount of it, so no problem. So let's see. We said before that to make 20 biscuits, you will need 35 grams of ginger, but if you have 100 grams, can you tell me how many biscuits you can make? So again, similar idea, cross multiply. So x equals to 20 times 100 over 35. So let's see, 2000 divided by 35. So the answer is 57.1. But here they said work out the greatest number of biscuits, or talk about number of biscuits. So it means we need integer number in this case. So the final answer should be 57. Okay. Next one, sequences. The first sequence is quadratic sequence. Find the first three terms of the sequence. First three terms, it means n equals to 1, n equals to 2, and n equals to 3. It's just substitution. So 1 squared plus 1, so 1 plus 1, which is 2, and then 2 squared plus 2, so it's a 4 plus 2, which is 6. Then 3 squared plus 3, so 9 plus 3, which is 12. So the answer is 2, 6, 12. Next one, these are the first 5 terms of a different sequence. Find the next term. Okay, let's see. So 14 became 11. It means negative 3, then negative 3, negative 3, negative 3. So 2 negative 3 will be negative 1. So next term should be negative 1. Since the first difference is the same, so this one is linear sequence. Linear sequence, to solve the linear sequence, you may use the formula, which is like nth term equals to a plus n minus 1 times d, where a is the first term and d is the common difference. You can use this formula, substitute in this formula, or okay, you may say that okay, since it's linear, so I have the difference is negative 3, so negative 3 times n. Usually you multiply the d, the common difference, times n, so negative 3n. Then substitute by 1. If you substitute by 1, it should be negative 3 times 1, which is negative 3. Negative 3, how it can be 14? Should be plus 17. Okay? Or you may say, if I have a virtual term before 14, what it could be? It could be 17. So this number, what you get here, it's this one. So this is the final answer. You could do this one, or just substitute in this formula. The first term is a, which is 14, and d is the negative 3. Both of them will lead to the same equation. Now question 6, car travels 120 kilometers at an average speed of 75 kilometers per hour. Work out the time taken for the journey. Number 1, you should write the average speed formula. So it should be the average speed is the total distance divided by the total speed. So if you say distance divided by time, the speed is distance divided by time. So if you want to find the time, should be this distance divided by the speed. The distance is 120 kilometers, while the speed is 75 kilometers per hour. So the answer should be in hours. So 120 over 75, the answer is 1.6 hours. But in this question, they said, please write your answer in hours and minutes. So it's 1 hour, and this 0.6, you have to multiply by 60 to find it in minutes. Okay, so it should be 36 minutes. Okay, now next one. The car then travels a further 120 kilometers at an average speed of 50 kilometers per hour. Calculate the average speed for the complete journey. Look, before solving the problem, I will tell you the most popular mistake here. That some students will say, okay, the average speed, I will take this average speed plus this speed, and I will divide by 2. Don't do that. That's incorrect. So if you wanted to find the average speed, you should find the total distance divided by the total time. Okay, the total distance is given, 120 plus 120, but how about the total time? So you have already the first time, you need to find the second time first. So let's find the time in this case. So the time again, 120 kilometers divided by the speed, which is 50 kilometers per hour. So 12 divided by 5, which is 2.4 hours. So now I have the total time. Okay, 1.6 plus the 2.4. Okay, so the average speed is the total distance, which is 120 plus 120, divided by the total time, which is 1.6 plus 2.4. So 240 divided by 4. So the answer is 60 kilometers per hour. Please write your answer here. Okay, take care about this point. Next question, question 7. It's about cumulative frequency. So to draw the cumulative frequency, please, before drawing, take care that this is cumulative frequency. So it should be like a curve, something like that. Smooth curve. It's not a bar graph. Do not make this mistake, please. It's not straight lines, like you'll not connect them in roller. No, it's smooth curve. So take care, please. Okay, so here we have 50 and 6. So if we look at this one, this looks 10, so it's 2, 2, right? So 2, 4, 6, 6 it should be here. 116, 116, it should be here. And 150, 44, okay, 40, 42, 44 is here. And then 282, 80 is there, so this is 82. 250 and 108, 250, 100, 2, 4, 6, 8 is there. And then 300 and 120 is the last one. Okay, so this is, please don't make it like straight line this way. No. Okay, it's just smooth curve. Okay, I'm trying to do my best with, because I'm using tablet, but it should be better than this when you draw it. Okay. Okay, so this is the curve. You got 2 points. Now use the diagram to estimate the number of trees with a height of over 230. Number 1, they are talking about the height. So 230, so the height is here, x-axis. So what is over 230? What is 230? So this one, it should be like 225. So 230, it should be here. This one, 230, 240, 250. So 230, it should be here, 230 centimeters. So you have to draw a line. It's vertical line. Okay. Please show your work on the graph. Okay. Like make line like this one. So look, when I did this one, I made intersection here with a curve. Then I will move to the left side horizontal line. So this will give me this one. So this one looks like 98. Okay, they said a height over 230. They didn't say less. If they said less, I could say, oh, it's 98. But since they said over 230, so it means over this one. So it's from 98 to 120. So please write 120 minus 98. So the answer should be 220. Okay. Next one, question 8. It's about shading. Venn diagram, shade the given region. So look here, we are talking about A intersecting B and then intersecting not C. So if you talk about A intersecting B, they should intersect here in this part. But we are talking about A intersecting B and intersecting not C, like out of C, complement of C or not C, it's out of C. So out of C, it means only this part. I cannot take this one. We said out of C. So they are intersecting only here. Next one, they are talking about P union R complement, like out of this one, out of this region. So actually, P union R, it should be this part, but we are talking about outside this one. Outside this one, where is the intersection with Q? Intersection is only here. Okay, I'm going to remove this one. Okay, done. Here, talking about increasing and decreasing by percentage and reverse percentage. Let's see. They said that in a sale, all prices are reduced by 35%. The sale price of a dress is $31.07. Calculate the original price. Okay, so if I say that this is the original, and we assume usually that the original is 100%, and then this original decreased by 35%, it's like minus, so it will give me 65%. 65%, it's the same as 0.65. So this original, if you have the original and you want to find the sale price, in this case, you should multiply by 0.65 to give you this 31.07. But it's opposite, it's reverse it. You have this one and you want to go back to find the original. So in this case, you will not multiply by 0.65, you divide by 0.65. So it will be this 31.07 divided by 0.65. This will give you the sale price. It's calculated. 31.07 divided by 0.65. So the answer is 47.8. Okay, hopefully it was clear. Now, let's move to the graph. Okay, question 10 about using the calculator. This type of questions you will find in every paper 4 question. So please try to guarantee this question by knowing how to sketch the graph and how to use the calculator, plus how to find the asymptotes and how to find or to solve the inequality, because these ABC questions are like typically the same in every exam. Okay, now we have the calculator. How can I use the calculator to sketch? So let's see. Please, number one, go to y. In y, you need to write the formula or the function you have. Please try to use the division form, like press on alpha, then y, then enter. In this case, you have division, so in this case, it will decrease mistakes and to be easier for you. Okay, so you will have mostly the correct graph. So then 2x alpha x divided by x squared, and this is alpha again, x, and then square, and then plus x alpha x, and then minus 12. So this is our function. After that, you have to go to the window and to look at the domain and range. Domain of x, as you see, it's from -8 to 8, and the range in y is also from -8 to 8. So change it to be in that range. Okay, so let's make -8. Please use the minus, the negative there between brackets. Okay, so -8 in minimum and maximum is 8, and then let's go to the y, the same, -8 and 8, and let's see how it will look like the graph. Then press on graph. So this is our graph. It should be in this way. Take care that in this graph, as you see, we have this one passing through 0, but at the same time we have something else, another part, which is from here to there. Look, doesn't touch 0. Okay, doesn't touch the y equals to 0, because actually y equals to 0 will be one of our asymptotes. Okay, the same there. So let's make it accurate. Let's be to be from, because we have vertical asymptote, so it will be something like this. Also going to approach y equals to 0, the x-axis, but doesn't touch it. Okay, so so this is our sketch. Take care that we have here the asymptote. This is x, or the vertical asymptote. Here also we have another one, make a dashed line, x equals 2. Now, how can I know the y asymptote? From the graph, you can see that the curve is approaching the x-axis, y equals to 0, but doesn't touch it, so our asymptote y equals to 0. Or you may look at the function itself. You will find the denominator here is the maximum power is, maximum order is 1, but here is 2. So usually the number here, if you have any number, it will be small, while this number is squared, it will be big number. And of course, if you divide by very big number, so the number is approaching 0. Okay, so in this case, you can say that y value equals to 0. This is the asymptote. Okay, but in case of if you wanted to know the asymptotes of x, in this case, you will go to the denominator, move to this denominator, and solve the equation. Okay, when this equation equals to 0. So if you take x squared plus x minus 12 equals to 0, this will give you the two asymptotes, because if the denominator equals to 0, this is a problem for me. This is the vertical asymptote. Okay, so let's solve this one. If you solve it, it will be 2 brackets. You have x times x is x squared, and this minus 12, it's 3 times 4. And since this one is negative, it means they have different signs. Usually the big number, which is 4, it will be positive, the same sign as the middle here. So this one positive, this one is negative. So we can say that in this case that x minus 0 x minus 3 equals to 0, like x equals 2, 3, or x plus 4 equals to 0, it means x equals to minus 4. Sorry. So this one, x equals to minus 4. This one, x equals to 3. Okay, so now sketch the graph. And sometimes now you have 6 out of 9. So please do that in exam. Okay, how about the third type of questions? What you will find in exam, solve the inequality. F of x greater than 3. In exam, you may find f of x greater than another function, another equation. Whatever this equation, go to the GDC and draw this function y equals to 3. So let's move to, again, to y, and y equals to 3. Okay, when you sketch y equals to 3, you'll find it's just horizontal line, right? So just sketch y. Sorry. Okay, let's decrease this one. Yeah. So we will sketch this one. So this is y equals to 3. Okay. So the question is that f of x greater than 3, where exactly that function greater than this red line? So it's greater than only on this area, right? And this area, okay? So it means that x is greater than this x minus 4, okay? Or, yeah? And less than the intersection point, less than this intersection point, okay? Let's call it intersection, let's call it S1, for example, for now, okay? So the same here, from this point, which we know that x is greater than this 3 and less than the second intersection point, okay? Less than this point, okay? So now our goal is to find the intersection between this line and this curve, okay? Here and there. So this we will do by the calculator. If we calculator how to find the intersection. So in this case, we have to go to second, then calc to calculate. What you need to calculate? I need to calculate the intersect. So let's move to 5. Okay, the intersection between what? Oh, I want to find the intersection between this line. Okay, so this is my first curve, enter. Then the second curve. Where is the second curve? This one, enter. Okay, guess, enter. So it's negative 3.63. And again, please, in exam, write 3 significant figures. Don't write negative 3.6. Okay? So now we knew that the intersection point there, this one, is negative 3.63. Okay? How about this one? Okay, let's go back. Let's go to find the intersection again. So the intersection between the line there in that side, okay, yeah, between here, this is the first curve, enter, and the second one, this one, enter. So the answer, the answer is 3.3. Okay, so this one 3.3. Is it 3.3 or something else? 3.30. Okay, I will write 0 here to be 3 significant figures. Okay, so this is the answer of this question. Please take care about the 3 significant figures to get the full mark. Okay. By the way, there is another question what you may have in exam, which is not in this paper. It's about find the regression line equation. In this case, if it's new for you, this question, you will have table in that question. So you have to go to stat and edit. In L1, you will write that x values of the first row, and in L2, you will write the second row. Okay, so type this one, and then after making that, you will go to stat again, and then calc what you need to calculate. We need to calculate the regression line number 4. Okay, so you'll press enter. So L1, L2, L1, this is x values, L2, y values. Then look, enter to calculate. Then it will give you the calculation of the regression line. This is the second type what you can find in exam using the calculator. So please take care about this one because you may find in exam. Okay, so we don't need this one now. Let's see how we can solve the next one. Okay, question 11. Okay, this question talking about the total surface area. If the question was about the volume, I could find the volume of the cylinder and I will subtract the volume of the cone. But the question not about the volume, the question is about the total surface area. Let's see what surface area we have here. Okay, so surface area. Number 1. Look, the base, it's circle, so pi r squared. Plus, we have the curved surface area. The curved surface area of a cylinder, okay, which is 2 pi r, it's like a circumference, times the height. Okay, plus what else we have? Oh, we have this surface area of the top, which is like shaded part. It's like the big circle minus the small circle. So you may say it's a circle, so pi r squared. R squared, you can make the big R squared minus the small r. Plus, what else? So this is the thing what don't forget. That also we have surface area of the cone. Okay. So what to do then? The surface area of cone, you'll find the formula there. It's pi, it's pi RL. Okay, so what's L? Oh, we need to find L. L is this slant height, this one. Okay, how to find L? Oh, we have the height, which is 8. So this one is 8, this one is 4, this is right angle triangle. So you have two sides, you need to find the third side in right angle triangle, so you have to use Pythagoras. Okay, so L squared equals to 8 squared plus 4 squared, so L squared equals to 64 plus 16, so L squared equals to 80. Okay, so L equals to the square root of 80. Or if you make it insert, in this question, they didn't mention anything about write your answer in the insert, because if they ask you to write it insert, your final answer must be insert, like exact value. If they ask you write the answer in exact value or insert, so you have to make it insert. If not, in this case, you may find the square root of 80 if you want using the calculator, but don't round three significant figures. Use the value in calculator, and at the end you would round. Okay, so I will use it now, insert, just in case. So this 80 is like 16 times 5, so I can say 4 square root of 5. Okay, so this is L. Okay, let's back to substitute in the formula we have. So the total surface area equals to pi r squared of the circle. So what's r of this one? The r is 6, so it's 6 squared plus 2 pi r. R here again of the cylinder, which is 6 again, times the height. The height is 15. Plus pi r. This is, I made it capital just to differentiate between both of them. We have the big R, which is 6 squared, and this is small inside the internal circle, it's 4 squared. Plus pi r. What's r of the cone? R of the cone, which is also 4, times L, which is 4 square root of 5. Now 6 squared, 36 pi, plus this one, 6 times 15, which is 90, times 2 is 180 pi. Okay, What else we need to find? Here plus pi, here 36 minus 16, and here this one is 16 square root 5 pi. Okay. Okay, now what we have, let's calculate all of that. So this, how many pi we have here? 36 pi plus 180 pi plus this one is 20 pi. And we have 16 square root of 4 pi, of 5 pi. Okay, we can take this pi outside, factorize. So it's like 36 plus 180 pi. Oh, pi is outside already. Okay, plus 20 plus 16 square root of 5. Okay, so this is 200. So 236 plus 16 square root of 5 pi. This is exact value. But if you, at the end, you wanted to, if the question make it in third or, third or in terms of pi or exact value, leave it in this way. If it's if you round, so at the end you can round to 3 significant figures. Okay, please double check calculations. If you have any problem with calculation, please let me know. Okay, so just I'll take a look here. It was 2 pi r, it was the cylinder is 6, yes, the height of the cylinder is 15. I think it's fine. Okay, but please double check calculations. Here now we have a question about the straight lines, and this question what we call coordinate geometry. Okay, calculate the length of AB. This is one of the formulas what you will not find in exam. So please, you have to know the formula of length, distance, the what else? The midpoint. Okay. So the square root of x1 minus x2 squared plus y1 minus y2 squared. So the square root of, so if we see x1 here is minus 5, minus x2 here is 1 squared plus y1, which is 8, minus y2 minus, take care please when you have minus minus. Okay, so we can say that the square root of minus 5 minus 1 is minus 6 squared, it's 36. And here 8 plus 1, which is 9 squared, it's 81. So this one will be the square root of 117. Okay. Next one. The line AC is perpendicular to AB. Find the equation of the line AC. Okay, so let's first start with AB. It's perpendicular to AB, so let's find the gradient of AB. The gradient of AB. Gradient, again, formula, it will not be given. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We talk about these 2 points. So y2, negative 1 minus y1 is 8, divided by x2 is 1 minus x1, which is minus 5. Please take care about signs. So minus 9, and here 1 plus 6, which is 1 plus 5, which is 6. So this is the, let's simplify. Okay, so if you divide by 3 over 2. So this is the gradient of what? This is the gradient of AB, but they said AC is perpendicular. Oh, in this case we have to find the other gradient. You know that M2 equals to negative 1 over M1 if you want to find this gradient. Or in different words, I usually like to say it's negative of the reciprocal. Like change the sign of this one. So if it's negative, make it positive. And then reciprocal, like instead of 3 over 2, make it 2 over 3. So this is the gradient of AC. Okay, this is gradient of AC. Okay, so we have the equation now. So this is our first step. Second step, so our equation is y equals to 2/3 of x, 2/3 of x plus c. Okay, what's c? Oh, we need to substitute by a point on the line. They said that this line AC, so we can substitute by a. Okay, if you have c, of course, use c, but you don't have c. You have a, which is negative 5/8. So y is 8, negative 2/3 times negative 5 plus c. So this will lead to 8 equals to negative 10/3 plus c. So it's 8 plus 8/3. This is our c. Okay. So this one is c equals to 3. And then it's 24 plus 10. So it's 34/3. So the equation is y, sorry for the space. So the equation should be 2/3x plus 34/3. This is y. I want to double check also, find the equation of the line AC. Okay, so this is the equation. Because take care, in some exams, they ask you to write the final answer, the form in different form. Okay, so in this case, this one is okay as a form. But in some questions, they may ask you to write it, for example, in other form, like to write it in form of, let's say, like ax plus by plus c equals to 0. Where a, b, and c are integers. Oh, so if you have this in exam, you have to make all of them integers. So you can do it in this form, like y minus 2/3x, okay, minus 34/3 equals to 0, and then multiply all of them by 3. It will be 3y minus 2x minus 34 equals to 0. This is just in case if they said make it in this form and all coefficient of x and y and the constant to be integer. Okay, so let's change this one. Okay, now question 13. Question 13, solve the simultaneous equations. You must show all your working. So if you look at this one, you may use elimination. So if you use elimination, you have to make x coefficient the same or y coefficient to be the same. So to do that, let's multiply the first equation by 6. If I multiply this one by 6, so it will be 6/2, which is 3x. If I multiply this one by 6/3, which is 2y equals to 6 times 5. Don't forget, 6 also multiply by outside, which is 30. Now we have here 3x minus 2y equals to 12. Now I can add the two equations so I can cancel this term. So now 6x equals to 30 plus 12, which is 42. So x equals to 42/6, which is 7. Now we have x. How about y? Substitute in any of the equation. Let's substitute in this one. So x 3 times x, which is 7, minus 2y equals to 12. So 21 minus 2y equals to 12. So we may say that 21 minus 12 equals to 2y. So 21 minus 12, which is 9, equals to 2y if you divide both by 2. So y equals to 4.5. Okay. So 4.5 and 7. Okay. If you have time and you want to double check, substitute by both values, x and y, inside any of the two equations. Like inside this one, let's say. If it gives 12, so we are correct. Okay. Like for example, this equation. Like 3 times 7 minus 2 times 4.5. Okay. Let's see, it will give 12 or not. So this one, 21 minus 2 times 4.9, which 5, which is 9. So 21 minus 9, is it 12? Yes, so we are correct. Okay. Next one. Next one, it's trigonometry and bearing as well. Okay, let's see. They said calculate AC. AC is this one. Usually I'd like to tell my students, please, number one, ask yourself, is this one right angle triangle or not? Is this one right angle triangle? No. So in this case, you cannot use trigonometric ratios. Don't say that I will use and this stuff. Okay, it must be right angle triangle. Okay, and you cannot use Pythagoras because also right angle triangle. So in this case, this non-right angle triangle, so you have only two rules to use, sine rule or cosine rule. Okay, so the second question you have to ask yourself usually, do you have a side, is this a side given and the opposite angle of the side? If yes, you will use sine. If no, use cosine. In this case, I don't know the side opposite of this angle, so I cannot use sine rule. So I will use cosine rule, okay, just to save your time. But in general, when I use cosine rule, if you have two sides, if it's given two sides, an angle between them, and they ask you to find the third side, or if you have three sides and you need to find any of the angles. Okay, those are the two cases where you need to use cosine rule. Now let's use cosine rule. Okay, so AC squared equals to 2, 5. Look, usually they ask me, Mister, which one is A? Which one is B? Which one is C? You wanted to find this side, okay? So the other two sides, you use the other two sides, 252 squared plus 428 squared, okay? Till now, it's like Pythagoras, okay? Minus 2, this is in the formula. Then you multiply the two sides, like 252 times 428. Cosine the angle between these two sides. What is the angle between them? It's 110. By the way, please take care before starting your exam that the mode is degrees, because we are working in degrees. Okay, let's double check how to do that. Yeah. Okay, to not waste time going to calculator. So in your calculator, you will find mod, press on mod, and then you will find that your calculator radian or degrees. Please make it degrees before starting your exam. Okay. Okay, the second thing to take care about, the calculator will give you the answer of this one. The answer of this one, which is AC squared. Don't forget to take the square root. Take the square root of the answer. Okay, I'm going to calculate it. 252 squared plus 428 squared minus 2 times 252 times 428 cosine the angle between them, which is 110. So the answer is very big number, 300,000 something. So I have to take the square root of this answer. So after taking the square root of the answer here is 566.1. Okay. Please, yeah, here you can write AC. Next step, you may use this one. Find the bearing of C from A. Okay, let's look. They said find the bearing of C from A. So we have to go to A. Where is A? Usually in this type of questions, you say from A. So you have to go to A. Okay. Usually we measure from the north and clockwise. Okay. So the question is bearing of C from A. So I will move clockwise till I reach to C. Okay. So we need to find this one. So it's 40 plus this angle. Okay, let's call this angle X. So how to find this X? And before finding x, don't forget that you have to add the 40 after finding. So now since we have 566.1, so now I have side and opposite angle. So now we can use the sine rule. Okay, so 566.1 divided by sine the opposite angle. What is the opposite angle here? 110 over, okay, equals to, which angle I need to find? I need to find this one, so I need this side. So 428 divided by sine x. Okay, now let's cross multiply. So sine x equals to 4280 sine 110 over 566.1. Okay. After finding this answer, you should say x equals to the sine inverse of the answer you got from calculator. Okay, let's do that. 428 sine 110 divided by 566.1. So then sine inverse of the answer. Yep. Okay, so the answer what he got is like 0.77, but use the numbering calculator, please. Okay, so sine inverse of this one. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so sine inverse of this 0.77175. So the answer is 50.5. Okay, so this is the angle. Okay, don't forget that the answer what we need, we should add 40, so it will be 90.5. This is the answer. Okay, in exam, take care that angles should be rounded to one decimal place, like this one. Okay, next one is probability. Alicia has these 10 cards, and Alicia selects 2 of these cards, okay, without replacement. So when we say 2 cards, it means we have 2 fractions. And how many cards we have? We have 10, and it's without replacement, so don't forget that we deduct by 1. The denominator has to be decreased by 1. Okay, they said that find the probability that at least one card has an S. Okay, let's first think about what is the probability of S. S we have 2, so it's like 2 over 8. So what is the probability of not S? Is should, oh sorry, 2 over 10, not 8. 2 over 10, huh? So what is the probability of not S? It should be 8 over 10 because it completes 1, right? So the question is find the probability that at least one chord has an S. So what is the probability at least one? Usually when you have at least one, it's like 1 minus not S. 1 minus not S. So this type of questions, at least one S, like 1 minus not S. Okay, so 1 minus the probability of not S. Not S, so we said it's 8 over 10. Okay, so if you pick the second one to be also not S, so in this case it will be 7 over 9. Okay, please calculate this one. This one is 90, 56. Okay, so you should calculate and write the final answer here. Okay, it's better to write it in fraction because fraction gives you the exact answer. Now, next one. The 2 chords are replaced. Okay, now we have 8 and 10 again. Alicia now selected three chords. Okay, if I talk about three chords, I have three fractions. So out of the 10, so I have here, I'm start with the 10 without replacement. So 10, then 9, then 8. Okay. Find the probability that the chords can be arranged to spell the word SON. Okay, so we need this specific SON that can be arranged to spell this word sun. So if it's SON, so in this case S, what is the probability of S? S we said is 2 over 10. What is the probability of O? O is just 1, so 1 over 9. What is the probability of N? Is just 1, so it's 1 over 8. Okay, since they are I have only one arrangement that it must be SON. In this case, just we multiply them. But if we have like different arrangement, if it's not without order, okay, so in this case you have to multiply by 6. Okay, so take care about that. So in this case we can say that this one 2 divided by 2 is 1, 8 divided by 2 is 4, so you can say it's 1 over 36, and here 0, 360. Okay, this is because I have only one specific arrangement, but if SON can be arranged in different ways, so different, how many arrangement we have? If we have 3 letters, I will have 3 factorial. 3 factorial, which is 6, so I have to multiply by 6. So the answer of this one, because it must be sun, so it will be 1 over 360. Okay, we have this question and one question, so we have 2 questions remaining. We are about to finish. I'm trying as fast as possible to finish. Okay, so calculate the length BE. Take care about this type of questions. When you want to find BE, it means this side. Okay, if I want to find BE, it means first I have to find this diagonal. Okay, for us, this one is given. This one's the same as this one, so this one is 5. Okay. So how we can find this one? Because if I have it, I can find it. So in this case, we can say, oh, we know that this one is 12, and we know that this one is 8. Okay, and this one, the base here should be here 90 degrees. So we can find this one by Pythagoras. Okay, let's find it. BD squared equals to 8 squared plus 12 squared. Okay, because this one is the hypotenuse. Okay, now let's calculate 64 plus 144. So BD equals to the square root of 208. Okay. How about the BE? Okay, BE. Now this one will be like right angle. So BE squared should be, this is square root of 208 is squared, right? Plus the 5 squared. So this one is like 208 and this one 25. So BE should be the square root of this number, which is 233. Okay. So we found this one. You can leave it in this way, or you can round it to 3 significant figures. Now calculate the angle between BE and the horizontal plane. So let's see. What the angle here? The angle is this one. Take care. Usually it's that the angle is the angle this one, not this one. Please take care. So what we have? We have this one, which is 5. Okay. You may use any one actually, since you have the 3 sides. You can use sine, cosine, tangent, any one you want. But let's use any of them. Let's use tan. So tan of this angle, what we need to find, let's call it x. So the opposite, which is 5, divided by the adjacent, which is square root of 208. Okay, so x will be tan inverse of this one. Okay, so tan inverse, let's see, tan inverse of 5 over square root . Okay, so the angle here is 19.1 degrees. Okay. Next one, expand. In expansion, this is popular question in exam. You have to expand 2 and then the answer multiply by the third one. Multiply any 2 brackets and then multiply by the answer multiply by the third one. So if I will start with this one, so 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times minus 1 is minus 2x. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times minus 1 it's minus 1. Collected alike terms, 2x squared plus x and then minus 1. Okay, then multiply by the third one. So 2x squared times x is 2x cubed. 2x squared times 5 it's 10x squared. X times x it's x squared minus 1. Sorry, x times x is squared. X times 5 is 5x, and then minus 1 times x minus 1 times 5 minus 5. Now collected the like terms. 2x cubed, we have only this one. Squared, we have 10 and 1, so it's 11x squared. And here 5x minus x is 4x minus 5. So this is the final answer. Write it here. Okay, we are done. Okay, in almost 1 hour, that's very good. Please double check calculations. I don't have mark scheme. So double check calculations. If there is any mistake, please let me know. I'm not perfect. I'm a human. I can do some mistakes. Please study well and take care and good luck for everyone. Okay, goodbye. Please, if you like the video, make like, share, subscribe. Okay, this is a new channel. Okay, see you everyone.